Coming up on WMBD News at noon, an update to a standoff situation that we first brought you live yesterday. We'll tell you what police found there. And the old State Farm building could have a new buyer. We're sharing the purchase timeline that's in the works. And the Peoria CityLink Transit Center is getting a new look. We'll tell you how that construction will impact local riders. Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Shelby Roberts. Our top story this afternoon is a follow-up to what we brought you yesterday at noon. Peoria police are investigating what led up to a standoff yesterday. It started at 9 yesterday morning near the intersection of East Illinois and Knoxville Avenues. Police say they responded after getting an anonymous call there. The caller claimed to see a gunman running into a house behind Dunkin' Donuts and later called back reporting gunfire. Nearby roads and businesses were closed, but after sweeping that house, police discovered that no one was actually inside of the home. Police say they did find evidence of gunfire and they are still investigating. In other news, a Peoria City leader wants to know where you stand on legalizing recreational marijuana. Councilman Dennis Sear created a poll where you can give your thoughts on that issue and whether movie theaters should sell alcohol. As City Council will discuss those two issues in the next few weeks, Sear says he wants community feedback. You can find that poll over on our website. That's ciproud.com. New at noon, the old State Farm headquarters in downtown Bloomington may now have a new buyer. Today, the company announced it's working through the sales process with a group called Urban Equity Properties. Now, that group has plans to redevelop the building. Once the sale is finalized, State Farm will stop its plans to demolish the downtown building. Both parties are expected to close on the sale in October. Also new this afternoon, the downtown Peoria CityLink Transit Center is getting a makeover. The first of the 3 remodeling phases will start Monday, starting with the customer service building. During those first 2 phases, riders should be aware that part of the building will be closed to the public. The entire $500,000 project is expected to be completed by January of 2020. There is a new way to donate to victims of Hurricane Dorian. 2 men in a truck right here in Peoria is asking for items like food, clothing, and cleaning supplies. All you have to do is put those items in white drop-off boxes that are scattered around the city. You can also donate over at the company's location on West Town Line Road. The goal, they say, is to fill 3 delivery trucks with donations by September 11th. The truck will then take the donations to affected areas. We've got a list of all those drop-off sites over on our website. Visit ciproud.com. Peoria and Pekin are welcoming fishermen to the area for the 2019 Cabela's King Cat Tournament. It starts today. Nearly 50 fishing teams are coming to the area from all across the country. $30,000 will be split up as prizes for the top 20 teams. The largest catch of the weekend will win $10,000. The King Cat Trail began in Dixon, Illinois at the beginning of June and ends in Grand Rivers, Kentucky on September 21st. A Chillicothe man is pleading guilty to federal charges after he illegally shot 2 geese in Fulton County. Rick Ham, the man on your screen, and his assistant took 2 hunters on a guided waterfowl hunt in December of 2015. On that hunt, he says he used an electronic caller to lure the geese into shooting range. Using that caller is illegal under the Federal Migratory Bird Treaty Act. Ham has agreed to 2 years probation and a permanent worldwide ban from hunting and guiding. In the Twin Cities, some parking changes will affect drivers over the course of the next several weeks. City staff are in the process of evaluating the Market Street parking deck. Now, during that time, some parking spaces will not be accessible as crew members will be repairing some of those areas. Local leaders say that those updates happen every year, but with the cost to maintain it skyrocketing, it may be time for a new garage.
We do have in our long-term plans an ultimate replacement of the garage because it is aged. It's 45 years old, so we can keep it functioning, but it just costs more and more money every year to keep that facility operational. So we do have long-term plans of a replacement at some point.
The new gates and pay station at the Arena Garage are active as of this week. And a crime alert for you this afternoon. The Illinois State University Police Department is investigating a sexual assault report. Tuesday evening, a woman told police that another student persuaded her to a dorm room and then assaulted her. Before that attack, she says the two had talked online and only met in person that day. Police say that this is an ongoing investigation. Illinois State University's Mennonite College of Nursing has been awarded one of the largest grants that the college has ever received. This week, the U.S. Health Resources and Services Administration gave the college $2.8 million. The resources are meant to expand the college's advanced nursing education workforce program. The grant will give students the opportunity to travel and care for people in rural and underserved communities. Leaders say that this will give them the experience that they need to feel more prepared in order to enter the workforce.
In rural areas especially, and in what we call underserved areas, people just don't have access to health care. To get them to see the populations, to meet the people, and to know what it's like to work in those areas not only prepares them to be better nurse practitioners, it also gives them ideas and opportunities of how to build on that.
The nursing school will also use some of the money to teach students how to treat those with mental disorders and opioid addiction. The city of Bloomington will host a welcome reception for the new Bloomington police chief, and you're encouraged to come on out and attend. Newly appointed Chief Dan Donath will be recognized on Monday. He assumes the role following the retirement of former Chief Clay Wheeler. Now that event will be again Monday, 5:30 to 6 p.m. in council chambers at City Hall. A formal swearing-in ceremony for Chief Donath will be followed at 6 p.m. at the city council meeting. A Twin Cities nurse is making us CI proud. Wednesday, officers were called to a crash on Veterans Parkway and Oakland Avenue in Bloomington. And when they got on scene, they found Kayleen Freitag on the ground performing CPR on the driver of the crashed car. Kayleen told officers that she's a nurse, and she said that the victim was unresponsive and seemed lifeless. She still persevered, and when the rescue staff got on scene, they used an AED to revive the victim. Police are commending Kayleen for her life-saving actions, and again, we are so CI proud. Still ahead, we've got some very cute animals that you can adopt. That's in Forever Friends Friday up next.